Hey, what's up, team? I want to do a breakdown video on ticker ROKU today. This was a $626 trade, profit trade. 2793 is my account number. Verifying the profits there for you so you know that this is not a paper trade, real account. I know it's not the daily goal, right? I didn't hit $1,000 on this trade, so you're like, well, Gates, why are you making a breakdown video on it? There is something that I want to talk to you guys about. I made a big mistake on this trade. I made a couple of mistakes, actually, and those should be addressed because you can learn just as much, if not more, from the mistakes that are made as you can learning from your winners, right? So you want to review your winning trades to replicate what you did well, but you want to review your losing trades to eliminate the things that you're doing poorly. So ROKU on the daily chart time frame, this is why it made the watch list. It was forming a bull pennant pattern right here at the highs, right? So this is your all-time highs right here at, what is that, 293.75 or so. And so it had this green day yesterday where it was testing the top side of this bull pennant. That bull pennant's going to be higher low or lower highs and higher lows, right? And they're all compressed to the point. So the idea is that you get a larger volume day to push the ticker on the outside of this resistance line for the move into the highs. We didn't really get the volume coming in today, and the ticker was kind of choppy, but nonetheless, it was tradable, right? It was still a profitable trade. I'm going to move to the 5-minute chart time frame and talk about some trigger levels. So that was set at 292 today, and we were basing that really off of this bit of consolidation here from a few days ago and yesterday's high of day, right? So our watch list rules state that we do not trade in the first 5 minutes. And here's a perfect example of why. Because look at this thing. Came down in the first 5 minutes and then totally reversed and pushed right back up to the trigger level. Another watch list rule that we have is that if the stock trades and closes at the trigger level, we do not take the trade immediately because it's likely to pull back, right? We know 292 is a resistance. This just made a 1.84% move, 1.85% move to the top side. Is it likely to break this level after a 2% move in one candle and continue to go? No, it's not. I took this trade right here, right? So I broke my rules. I took the trade right here, and what's more is that I wanted to get in, and I market bought right there too. So what happens when you market buy at the top of a big run like this is your premium is spiked. So when I market bought, I was really probably paying for premium, up here at this price point. And so this immediately started to pull back. Luckily for me, I wasn't in with full position size at the time. And so I wasn't feeling like I needed to cut this position immediately, although I should have. What I should have done was, as soon as I entered, I should have cut the position immediately because I chased the move up. It happens, right? We're human. Like I can't be perfect all the time, and I don't ever pretend to be. And so I should have cut the position immediately and then looked for the dip entry right there at 290. And so that's what was sent out in chat. I sent that out, I believe, in the alert room. Let me see. Yeah, so right here. I said, ROKU, watch this over the trigger. We want to see 290 hold. And that was sent at 6:42. So let's jump to the 1-minute chart time frame and see where I sent that alert out at. Okay, so 6:42, right? So it had pushed up. I market bought at the top, which was a terrible decision. Pulled back, started to push up again. And I said, we want to see, 290 hold. Why? Because that's going to be this old area of resistance flipping as new support. And so that's kind of what you want to see on an uptrend and a stock that is pulling back, right? You want to see it validate the old resistance as new support. And that's exactly what it did right here. So it looked like it was going to go here. It didn't go, pulled back again. And I added to my position right here. At this point, I was down almost $2,000 on this trade. And if I did not add to my position here, I would not have been profitable. I don't think I would have been profitable on this trade. Maybe I would have been in the green or break even at the very tip top. But man, I got such a bad fill that it, I really honestly should have cut this position right away. So it pushed up. It was still holding 290 as a support. So once we got this little bounce right here, I took the second entry, averaged down on my position, trusted the analysis, and waited for this pop right here. And so I sold. I had a sell order ready. I think I had a sell order ready as soon as I bought here. I was just like, you know what? I want to get out of this position, and I'd be happy taking any type of profits on it, and I'd really be happy at break even. But you know, this setup, because it had bounced so much and it was testing this line multiple times, I thought that it had potential. Right at this time, you know, we're trading pretty close to the all-time highs, I believe. Okay, so 293.71 was the all-time highs, and so our candles was hitting. Okay, so we weren't even breaking 293. Yeah, I just figured if we had the momentum to break out of this kind of pennant pattern that was forming here, that we would have the momentum to also break the all-time highs and get a little push. So for that reason, I didn't set my sell limit at break even, right? But I could have probably taken a little more off this trade. I just wound up selling at $600 because I was like, you know what? I was just down 2K. I want to get out of this position, and I want to get out with anything, right? Anything is better than any type of loss. Like even a break-even trade is better than any type of loss. So I wound up, you know, averaging down, selling at the top there, making it out alive from that trade, and that was all good and gravy. Now, what we were looking for following this trade was a bounce at 292. ROKU at this time, right, it had got decent volume pushing up, and then lower volume on the pullback, and it was kind of holding 292 as a support point right there. The contracts for the weekly contracts for ROKU were moving pretty crazy. Like the spreads were not that great on this today. And after having that, you know, that going through that mental, what am I trying to say? Having that mental fortitude to hold through a position even though you're down 2K, and trusting the charts, like I did not feel like going through that again right here. So what I was waiting for when this started to pull back, I wanted to see this confirm that it was going to bounce. I wanted to see it confirm the bounce off of 292 and start making an uptrend. And that would have been a break of 293. And so I did send that out in chat. I actually said that a break of set alerts at ROKU over 294. I said a break of 294 would give you confirmation on that bounce play. And so that's what I was waiting for. Bounce of 290 at 293 or 294. For the continuation move up, and it never really did that, right? And so it just kept kind of making these lows right here. So I just didn't want to get back into a position where I'm entering prior to having confirmation, and I didn't want to risk giving anything back on those profits, so I never wound up taking the bounce play right here. And then it made this crazy reversal later on. But yeah, guys, this is a good example of when you're trading to trade the chart and trust your analysis and not trade based off of what your P&L is. I know that's kind of hindsight now, and you may say that I got lucky on this trade. Maybe I did, but you know, the fact that I wasn't in with full position size was one thing, right? I made the mistake there. But having the ability to add to my position and basically manipulate my entry price and average it down is what allowed me to get out on this pop with profits. So that's it, guys. I hope that you've learned something from this. I certainly have. Don't buy at the trigger if the stock closes right at the trigger, especially if it's making a massive move like this and some type of reversal. I think FOMO just got the best of me right there. I wanted to get in the trade, and as soon as I bought, I was like, oh man, I'm down immediately, and I don't like doing that. If I had just waited and bought down here, I would have made a lot more money on this trade than what I did. But it is what it is, right? So got to be happy. Profit is profit. All right, guys. I hope the videos helped you out some. If it has, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know in the comment section if you have anything that you want me to review specifically, and I'll do that for you. Thank you all. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in chat. Bye, guys. Thanks for your time.